Hi, you guys. I started this once already and had a visitor, so we'll see. But I wasn't very far into the reading. And I had been talking a little bit about I'm switching furniture around in my house, and my house is so small, it's always kind of a challenge to make everything fit and hopefully gain a little space every time I switch it up. Because there's no, it's really boat-like. There's no, it's small and all jammed in. I think that was really the only, it woke me up. That's the deal. I used to do this about 4 times a year. Just would find myself like antsy, and I had roommates who would humor me and help me because it's furniture going up and down and everywhere in this tiny house. And but it's very good for my mental health, to kind of force a new neural pathways, even if it's just like, help me find the coffee pot. Please, brain, map the new thing. Out with the old and with the new. Temperance. She's a card of Sagittarius. This angelic presence, she, he, they. Balance and healing and divine timing. And a kind of alchemical blend, where the two things come together and are more than the sum of their parts. It's fire energy. She's balanced, though. She has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water. The Sun card. Another fire sign, Leo. I mean, this is a bit what it is today. It's warmer than it should be. It's hard not to be really happy anyway. No real things, the smell is coming back. The good smell, the good earth. It's run cards, Boo, thank you. This is a card of happiness, of transparency. So we have balance, joy, and transparency, and healing. I mean, come on. Queen of Swords. Oh, 2. Queen of Swords. Wow, this is a heavy-duty reading here. Queen of Swords, Judgment. Judgment can be seen as saying yes to the next round. Something is being brought back to life. This is the one, she can be, she's so discerning. She cuts this from that. She knows, shit from Shinola. She is bright and clear and self-possessed. But she has an element of speaking the truth. And she expects the truth. But it's this kind of clarity. It's a card sort of no bullshit. And the results are, it's as if she's cutting through to the core of something. And it is bright and it is beautiful. You know, this can be a crossroads because it's invitation to new life. It's an invitation, you know, rather loudly coming out to you, sent out to you from your own archetypal mind. Wake up, rise up. You know, what is that expression? Get on your feet, soldier. It's a little bit like that. Get on your feet, soldier. You know, live. Be happy. Be transparent. You know, nothing to hide here. And I think the universe is basically saying that to you. You know, in all your glory, in the innocence of this child, you know, the purity of the child. Knight of Swords. It's some kind of fast movement, likely somebody with something to say, in Queen of Swords energy, air sign energy. You know, air signs tend not to beat around the bush. There's a directness. It can be analytical, or it can be, you know, just calling somebody out. But it's also someone who holds themselves to the same standard. Rue is settling in over there. So what's the message? It might be a message from the universe, because we have that Gabriel blowing the horn. The message, you know, wake up. I think it's Gabriel. And then the 3D messenger knight, the fastest knight in the deck. 5 of Pentacles, High Priestess, 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. My. The message, I think the message is, if you're feeling in a state of lack, if you're feeling less than, if you're feeling depleted or abandoned or out in the cold, your divine feminine powerhouse. You know, this is a card about cycles. And, you know, if you're in this kind of place, and maybe have been for a while, Pentacles energy speaks to time. Not an easy time. It's like a phase. We're just now in new moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius is clarity. It's this kind of clarity. Smart, discerning, you know, calling it like it is energy. Calling it like it is. I don't think it's a harsh message. And I think if, you know, you may be up against it in some ways, in terms of 3D challenges. Where am I going to live? How am I going to make ends meet? How am I going to make this work? Pentacles energy. Build myself back up from a low point. First off, it's in the knowledge that this is a phase. You know, it's proper. The things wax and wane. The cup fills and it empties. You know, we don't stay in stasis. And fives indicate the need for change. And the change has something to do with acknowledging your, you know, you're an intuitive. And it's something that is not, you know, I mean, it's secret knowledge in a way. It's not something you blab around about. Look at me, I'm an intuitive, and I'm going to tell you how it's going to be. It's a card of not talking. But followed by a card of sharing. So I think that while it's secret knowledge, you know, it's knowledge of the mystery. It's not readily translatable. You're managing somehow to bring it into 3D and share it. By how you live, by who you are. You know, authentic, here, a part of the mix. And I think there's room for expansion. You know, I said this space isn't big enough for all the junk in here. Well, it's abundant, and now it's more abundant. This may be something that tips the scales and really brings you out of this place of challenge into something more fair, more accessible. You know, you may be getting help and giving help. Certainly your intuition, High Priestess energy, is on your side. It's all about, you know, the ability to live in the mystery and in the, you know, the waxing and waning of connections, water energy. This is something new. Something that tips the scales. You know, changes the balance a little bit, brings something into balance and brings something to light. And I get the feeling Queen of Swords is in that energy of healing and you know, I was going to say joy. I guess it's joy. She's not known for, that's not usually the energy she embodies, but I think she has a new truth. And it's a truth that sort of addresses this out in the cold energy. And abundance, it's coming in for you, the Ace. This opportunity to, you know, it's not like you use it up. It's some energy you've managed to tap into that is like, well, you know, the water source, often it has, in traditional Rider-Waite, one hand pouring water in and one hand dipping it back out again. It's sort of like a paddle wheel effect. Here, these two are mixed. But there's something about it that speaks to what's inexhaustible. You know, that healing divine energy that knows when we're ready for something, when we've healed enough to receive this kind of fire energy, there's going to be a big uptick, I don't really like, but yeah, it's as if the kindling, I'm rearranging furniture because I got a stove. It looks like a wood stove. It's actually a gas fired stove because I need the heat and I really need the light. I just love the flickering, and I couldn't do my wood stove anymore, so I found another way. And I think it's an investment in, you know, it's a mental health mood booster. And we're approaching vernal equinox. You know, every day it's brighter and brighter. So I think there's fast change coming to this. If you've been in a period of feeling cold and old and hurt and, you know, in the sense of like world weary, Pentacles energy, just like, oh my God, tired, schlumping one foot in front of the other and having one shoe, one eye, a crutch, you know, having been kind of beaten up by the world in some way. It's going to be replenished. Knight of Cups. Love on the move. Got to see what that's about. Yeah. Page of Cups. It's funny because it's on the move. It's headed for you. It's a love message. You know, and it's traveled some distance to get to you, but it's quite tentative. You know, there's something about once you're face to face, because I think that this person is not stripped down. They're more vulnerable now. You know, there's something about like that innocence of the baby, the newborn thing. The newborn thing. Okay, one more. Page of Swords. In that air energy. This is learning about it. You know, this is very youthful energy. It's if you want to look at it in one simple reading, interpretation, it's learning how to love. Which of course we can only do by loving. You know, we can't learn very much about it from a huge distance. We start with ourselves, with the ace, and build from there. Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Build back our resources and our strength from the 5 to the 6. Okay, I'm just rearranging these a little bit so I can see better. I think part of the lesson is to do with learning how to live. You know, good times, bad times. You can face them now with a certain equanimity. your core self stable, healed, and ready to heal again. To heal again. It's kind of a constant state of renewal. We cannot set it, forget it. Anything else? Okay. All right. This was the card that came out in my, out of the, Oracle deck. Straw into gold. There's some fairy tale, and I meant to look it up before I started to read, where somebody learns how to spin straw into gold. I think maybe it's Rumpelstiltskin. It's something about the woman achieves her freedom if she can spin the straw into gold, or if she guesses his name. I think I'm conflating too, but it's on us to take the stuff of life, the straw, the sort of base metal, as it were, and alchemize it into gold. That's alchemy, was taking the base metals and through some kind of arcane knowledge, be able to transmute them. That's a card of alchemy. It can be. Into gold. Into gold. Pentacles really speak to anything of value. Also time, investment, effort, and sometimes it's like kind of pick yourself up. Somebody here is very courageous. They've sort of summoned their life force energy to move out of this feeling of lack, or a literal lack. Fives indicate the need for change, and boy, does it come. And it comes sort of in the form of accepting this new life. It's really the new life. All these images of the kid. Sun is life force energy. There's a kind of second wind, or big change on the way. And that apparently is in line with this new moon in Aquarius. Big change this month. Okay, peeps, it's looking good, and I'm glad for us, and I'll see you next time. And thank you, new subscribers, channel members, anybody who's made it this far in the viewing, or just even hit the button and taken a look. I appreciate it, and I'm here for you too. Oops.